Hey, what's going on, guys and girls? Phoenix here, and welcome to episode number 27 of my Surrounded Season 4 series. Today, towing has been added to the game, and it is absolutely ridiculously fun. There is no doubt in my mind this is one of the best things to be added into the game. This is amazing. Along with that, we got a couple brand new weapons added to the game. Well, I shouldn't say brand new. A couple brand new weapons for you know, the last little while. The P90 and the rocket launcher are back. We got so much to see, so let's just jump straight into it. Thank you guys and girls for joining me for another episode of Surrounded. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It truly helps me out a lot. But as you can see, we can tow. And this is sick. I wonder if we can create a death tornado and just mess the cars right up. I want to see how... yeah. Okay, hang on. Let's see what happens here. Ready? Go. Oh, yeah, this is so good. The thing's going to take off like a snake into the sky. So it does definitely slow me down by towing all this stuff. Oh my god, we have like a snake back there. So it really seems to depend on how far apart you space these cars, on how they react. Some of them probably are too close to one another. Some of them are probably too far. But nonetheless, today, with that said, we're going to go around and we're just going to, you know, kill some things, try and get some loot. Because maybe we'll get lucky and we'll come across the P90. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll come across the rocket launcher. You never know what we're going to come across. So, with that said, it's all the fun and games. But, I'm going to start looting, and I'll see you guys and girls in a moment. So, I also wanted to mention that ghillie hoods now have an armor rating to them. So, that is brand new. So, now your ghillie hood will have an armor rating to it. It looks like maybe the highest is 12%. So, that is still better than what I've got on, if I wanted to go that route. So, I could do this and grab one of these. So the only way you're going to be able to have these updated percentages is if you spawn the items in, because they won't be updated until you get a new one. That's just the way it is. So as you can see, we can just rock around with this boy on if we want to, and make ourselves look like we've got the longest hair in Surrounded possible, but it's just dirt filthy leaf color. It's like, yeah, I love it. Alright, so we're going to go out. We're going to go probably to this crash civilian helicopter first. Then we're going to see what events spawn as we go around. We may even go to the oil rig. I'm not really sure what the plan of action is going to be for that stuff. But hopefully you guys and girls enjoy the episode nonetheless. So also along with it, a black enhanced military respirator variant's been added. So you can get a black variant of the respirator now. It looks pretty cool. I've had a look at it. It does look pretty cool. Melee damage degradation. As durability on a melee weapon goes down, the overall damage output will slowly start to reduce. You can disable that in the difficulty settings. Vehicle towing, as I already talked about. Traders will now have a set amount of currency. So basically, let's say that it's $2,000. Alright, well, if you know, sell stuff that's worth $2,000, then they won't be able to buy anything else. But then, if you buy stuff worth some money, then they would get it refreshed. You know what I'm saying? What have we got going on up here? Some bandits. Bandit sniper. Take him out. What do we got going on? Okay, they all got just smashed by the general population up there in front of the mall here. Oh, no, there's still one alive, but he's about to get himself destroyed by the zombies, so we're going to maneuver our way up further and just ignore that. Is that going to be... No, that's not the civilian helicopter. Alright, so we've got this area down here. What we're going to do... I guess I probably want to move myself over to the side, because I'm going to have zombies running from over there, and potentially from all the way from the mall. You never know, so we're just going to not take the risk, and we're just going to make sure that we're safe. Okay, there's a nice little cluster down there. They're really taking their time getting over there. Unfortunately. They're going to all run over there for that explosion. Now, there's a fair chance a lot of the zombies in this area down here haven't spawned in yet because there's not many radiator zombies there, and that's what will be spawning down in this section. So, as we move further in, they'll probably spawn in. For sure, we've got this. We've got to check. We'll just get rid of the zombies really quickly. So, you can now have vehicles display their speed in kilometers per hour, which is awesome for me because obviously I'm from Australia where we use kilometers per hour. I mean, there's a rough guideline. It's like, say, 40-45% or so faster. Well, about 90%. So it's like, you know, say 60 miles an hour. Well, let's say 60 miles an hour, I think is about 100 kilometers an hour. So it's, Alright, let's see what we got. I just got a few here. Doesn't look like anything too major. Okay, we got him. I didn't know whether we were actually going to get him before he hit us then. Get off me. I don't like the dogs. The dogs are the worst ones to deal with. Get away. Okay. Oh! Stay away. Not today, dude. Please. Okay, some ammo, some water. That's lovely. Some bandages. All the goods. So, any vehicles I come across that I don't have, I'm also going to try and tow them with me. Because I want to, you know, get a nice collection going. And this is an update that I've been waiting for the fact that I hate getting at vehicles. Not the initial vehicle, but if I see another vehicle I want and I don't want to just direct swap, well, there was no way to bring it back. You'd have to go all the way out there by yourself on foot to get it back, or risk, like, you'd have to leave your car or do a halfway thing, you know, something. Now, we can just tow them straight back to the house, anyone we want, which is pretty damn cool to me. I really like it. So obviously there were some bugs when the initial release came out, but the reality is that's bound to happen. Part of the reason why I decided to take a couple extra days to release this episode for you guys and girls was for that fact that I didn't want to, you know, show off the towing in a really, really poor state. It wasn't super poor, but there were definitely some bugs that have been ironed out. So there also was some vehicle changes in terms of the health of some of the vehicles. So the SWAT van, its max health got increased to 300 from 225. The golf cart got its health reduced to 50 from 75. Did I actually search the helicopter? Or did I only search everything but it? Unbelievable. Someone's probably screaming, dude, you went over to the freaking heli and you didn't even search it, you dopey fuck. And you'd be right in that assessment. I'm quite a dopey fuck sometimes. Okay. Flatbed truck, max health reduced to 125 from 175, and the big rig, max health increased to 200 from 150. So, I already talked about how the ghillie suit has... the ghillie suit hood has armor stats you can roll now as well. There is an airdrop down this way. It could be maybe worth going to. We'll drive through here. I just wanted to see if there was really any lootable area I missed, or lootables I missed. That were major. It doesn't really look like it though. Okay. So weapons such as snipers, shotguns, etc. will now reduce durability of the muzzle attachments faster. So they'll lose durability a hell of a lot faster. What we're going to do here, we're going to do a fun little thing. I love it. Anytime I come across this, I pretty much have to do it now. I think we're far enough away. Wait, is this the one? No. No, this isn't the nuke on its own. The nuke is on its own, the one you can blow up. I'm being dumb. So it's also apparently harder to go up the side of hills, I believe. Updated the katana model. I'll have to have a look at that. Adjustments to grenade throwing, so in tighter locations the throw has more power. Increase the zombie boss inventory, so we're going to definitely have to kill some zombie bosses and have a look at that. Buff the MP7 damage to roll between 19 and 26. Buff the Lecky damage to roll between 215 and 235. Buff critical hit multiplier to roll between 20 and 25. So in our current one, I don't know what our critical hit multiplier could roll to. Maybe 20 at most? I'm not sure. Vehicles lose health much faster when underwater, which is something I'm going to show off to you guys and girls right now. You really take a big chunk of health damage from the water now, as I just smash into this. Right, so if we go in here, you can see it really takes some big chunks of your health over time as we go through the water, so that's not exactly ideal. When spawning in, your player is now frozen in place before everything is loaded. Yeah, my guy, like, spawned facing, like, sloped over. Like he was standing on a 45-degree angle, like a board that had been nailed to a wall. Different vehicles now have much more damage dealt towards them when running over AI. I haven't done a lot of AI running. I do try to generally avoid it if I can, because otherwise it just, you know, invites damage to the vehicle that I don't want to do if I don't have to do it. Well, this was not worth it. It is now harder to drive on sand and rock and the cliffside slightly. So I haven't experienced it being too bad. Maybe it's a bit more slidey, but we're using the buggy because the Charger cannot tow. The Charger cannot tow, unfortunately. So, of course, the only vehicle we find is a buggy, which is not exactly what we're looking for. I didn't really want to get a buggy. I do... It's the zombie boss inventory that's been expanded, not the normal boss inventory. So we need to go find some zombie bosses to kill. Where do we go for that? I mean, we could just head to Bravo. We haven't been to Bravo Bunker for a little bit, and I feel like that's a location we can easily just go to. It's pretty close to us right now, and we can also check out how it is to drive up the side of these slopes if I can actually drive properly. So increase the amount of shell casings required to craft the flare rounds as well. That is another thing that got changed. Now, whether you think that's good or a bad thing, I don't know. Doesn't really bother me. I don't use them all that often. So... frag grenade and pipe bombs will now damage the player if it is thrown too close on explosion. So you got to be really careful of that. I mean, I always believe I was trying to be careful of that anyway. I don't remember purposely putting myself in harm's way with a grenade. Disassembly bench now saves its contents, so if you leave items in there, it'll save them. Infestations now save their contents after being destroyed as well. So they won't just, you know, wipe themselves over time if you don't get to them in a quick enough amount of time. Optimizations to the swamp area, optimizations to grass. Fix the battery charging bench, allowing other items than just batteries. Fix throwing a grenade while in first person under certain circumstances. Fix grenade launcher killing you in first person under certain circumstances. Which I thought was a funny little quirk. Oh. Okay. I was not intentionally trying to drive into that wall, but that's just what happened. Fixed an issue where the tactical headset would block marking with the binoculars, so if you wore the tactical headset, you could not do this. And mark with left click if you're curious. You just have the binoculars out, and while you do that, you just click left click to mark your enemies. And if everybody who always asks to rotate items while you're holding the item in your inventory, just hit the R key. I need to remember to say that more often because it's something that I know a lot of people struggle with knowing. I've seen quite a lot of comments from people that don't know that you can rotate the items in your inventory. I think some of that comes from a lot of these, a lot of the people that don't know about it, coming from either a younger generation or whatever. For me, most games, when I open it up, I just start spamming certain keys that I know could be hotkeys for inventory and seeing if any of them work. That's just what I do personally. I fixed an exploit where you could move a radiation filter to your respirator from a vendor and fast skip the process of purchasing the item completely. And fixed an issue where items could never get a perfect roll on item stats. So that's pretty cool. I'm really glad to see that's been changed. So we'll have to see if we happen to get almost a perfect roll on any item at some point. So it's interesting to know that that was maybe not possible, because I always saw that there were certain items I knew had 100% ratings on certain things, but you could never get anything over 99. So now that should be a possibility to do that, which is very cool. You can hear a bunch of them underneath me. They're all just rocking and rolling. Yeah, I guess for now we can take that. I mean, I don't know whether I really want it, but for now we can take it. And fixed an issue... already read that. That's it. that's it for the patch notes. So there was some hot fixes in between, but I don't believe anything was added during those hot fixes. It was more or less just some hot fixes to towing to try and make it, you know, more responsive, buggy out less, all those kinds of things. So, pretty damn cool. Oh, alright. So it's very hard sometimes when I see in the Discord people losing their mind when updates get delayed and stuff, especially if I know what's coming and the reason why it might have been delayed. So I knew about the towing about a week ago. And so when I saw on the Discord everyone losing their minds in the middle of the week being like, Z lies, he said he was going to release this, he didn't release it, he's a piece of shit. I was just disappointed in the people that did leave those types of comments. The reality is at some point Z used to give dates. He stopped giving dates for updates because of things like that. And now that's what's going to happen again. So for the people that liked knowing roughly when an update was going to come out, you can thank the people in the Discord that could not handle the fact that an update got pushed back. Now, of course, it was to add a feature that they didn't know was coming, but that's not the point to me. It was honestly, it was disrespectful and just downright ignorant, the shit that they think sometimes. Now, could Z have communicated better? Of course. I'm not going to say he couldn't have. But the reality is, and that is, life happens. And there's only 2 devs working on this game. So, I think some slack needs to be cut sometimes. But anyway, that's enough of the little rant that I had about that. We're going to continue onwards. Did that boss inventory look really any bigger than any of the other boss inventories I've had? Like, what was there? Like 5 or 6 items in there? I didn't really pay much attention. Oh yeah, I guess the size of it is massive. So you could technically have the thing full. Alright, well, it's time to head down into the underbelly of the beast in a moment. We're going to just check these things in here quickly. Yeah, another thing to build with. And a novice lock, so it should be pretty easy to open. Not too much worries at all. Alright, we got that. Now let's hope that there is a zombie boy downstairs and that he wants to mess around and get shot. Alright, yep, I hear him. Alright, so we're going to put this table down right here. We're going to open the door. We're going to whistle. I just want to get a look at what we got here. Alright, nothing too major. Damn, that did not hit his head at all, did it? Come on. So people will complain about me cheesing the zombies, meleeing them through the wall, but is this really much different? I'm just asking honest opinions in your guys' eyes. Is me putting a table here and blocking them that much different to hitting them through the wall, really? I mean, it's just as safe as hitting them through the wall. If not, it's easier because I actually get to kill them much faster because I can shoot them in the damn head if I want to. There's a few here, huh? Gillette. I know there's at least one more, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll do this. We'll get our melee weapon out. Yeah, you missed. You missed your drop kick. Ooh, what do we got? M249. Ooh wee. That's not... If you can hear knocking, by the way, in the background, it's my cat knocking against the door. He can't help himself. And then he'll come in here and then he'll just meow at me for attention while I'm trying to do this, and it's a very distracting time. So probably not the best bet to do. Yeah, let's just eat them. Why not? Let's just frickin' eat them. 762 drummy. Unload that ammo. What do we got in here? Level 3 key card. Big time. We want to get some big stuff here. Can we find something new that we don't have? That would be awesome, but I mean, I wouldn't hold my breath on finding something we don't have from here. We may have to go to a more intense area to be able to pull that off. But we're definitely, after I loot this place, I'm going to go around and see if we can find some cars. Because, you know, I'd love to have a nice little collection of cars. The only reason I never do it is because I hate the idea of having to run all the way over the map just to collect the cars. And all on foot, more or less. Like now, of course, there is a way you could do it. You could go subway system and then just run and try and find a nearest vehicle and drive it home. That is something you could do. Is that something that's really going to be that helpful, though? Or any easier than what we've got now? No. No, this is going to make things so much easier, which is awesome. But yeah, sorry for the lack of videos, guys and girls. So obviously part of the reason was there were some bugs with the update and I wanted to wait. But that doesn't excuse the lack of videos on the channel in general. But I've been pretty sick and I've still been having quite a bit of pain since I've had this tooth pulled out, unfortunately. I'm not exactly sure. Damn, that's a pretty good respirator. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the cause of it is 100%. It's not horrible, but unfortunately, what I did get fixed wasn't the only thing that needs to be fixed, and now other areas are in pain. So it is a little bit frustrating. Obviously, you know, it just happens, but yeah, so I've been dealing with that. A lot of stuff going on in life, so I do apologize for the lack of videos. It's not something I like to do at all. I like to be consistent as possible and try and have one out at least every day if I can. I really, really do prefer to do that. It's not a choice of mine to not. Sometimes it's also like, I don't want to come and do one of these videos either, guys and girls, and you just open it up and I sound like this. And I'm really flat. And I don't really care about what's happening in today's video. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't think for you guys and girls that would be it would sound so boring. It'd be like, wow, he sounds depressed as shit. Why would I want to listen to a dude who sounds like he's feeling crap? You know, that's not going to put me in a good mood. That's not entertainment. That's not going to help me, you know? So that's part of it too, is just like, if I feel flat or I don't feel in the greatest of moods, it's hard sometimes because I don't want to have that come across to anybody. I don't want that to come across to you guys and girls and you just be like, oh man, he, you know, sounds like he hates his life. Because I feel like a lot of people come to YouTube for an escape from reality sometimes, right? Or just to listen to some Australian guy talk shit for an hour in a video game, right? So I get that, because I watch videos and stuff of people as well, and that for the same reason is just, it's a great way. Well, for me, I probably watch YouTube more than I watch any other form of media. That's just the honest truth. I don't watch a lot of Netflix or a lot of anything else. So for me, YouTube, stuff like YouTube Premium, I have and have had for a long time, because I don't want to deal with using ad block, because I also know how that would affect me as a content creator, so I don't want to do that to others. And also, not just that, but when you add in... Hang on, give me a moment. Yeah, so for me, having something like YouTube Premium is worth it for the ad avoidance. Because like I said, I know how much ads are worth to people, and especially YouTube Premium ads. And this is not an encouragement. This is not me telling you guys, go get YouTube Premium so I get more money. But I will say, let's say you're watching a live stream. Just as an example, you're watching a live stream. Well, that live stream... Interesting. The smoke looks like it's coming all the way from the oil rig. That live stream, let's say I've got 50 people watching. Well, one person watching using YouTube Premium will give me the same revenue as 50 people watching ads. That's the major difference between Premium and not. So someone did ask me, they wanted me to check out to see if I could climb the Lighthouse, because they were having issues getting into the Lighthouse and they couldn't open the door of the Lighthouse, and they wanted to know if it was just a them problem or an everybody problem. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ah, messed it up. Okay, let's have a look. So, there's an axe. There's a medical crate. There's a ladder that we can go up. I haven't been to this lighthouse in forever. It seems... Oh. It seems like there's something blocking the top. There's tires or something in the way of going all the way up to the top of the lighthouse. And you can't get past this. Okay, well that's interesting. So you can go out here though. Can I crouch into the window? Can I, okay. Alrighty, let's just slip our way down. Beautiful. So, no, I cannot climb up it. Not because of any door, but because it's actually blocked. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm trying to back out, but this car is so slow that it's going to stop. Oh, son of bitch. Oh, my God. Push the vehicle. This is going to take forever to push this vehicle out. Oh, my God. Roland, that was stupid. This is one of those times where if you did have to, you could go find another vehicle and tow your car out, I guess. Because that pushing was not really being very effective. The push was very terrible. So what is this sunken military helicopter? I wonder if the smoke's coming from that or something else. So we do have... Is this an abandoned camp? No, this is a bandit camp. It's not an abandoned camp. It's an abandoned camp. Okay, hang on. We're just gonna do this, and we're gonna... Oof. We got 3 of them. Where'd he go? Got him. I was shooting through the grass because I couldn't actually see him through it for a lot of that, so it was better to just shoot at the grass. At least we had some suppression downrange. Not that they... I don't believe they really get affected by that. It's not that... Oh. It's not that intricate. Hello, bandit boss. What have you got? You know, you didn't have the worst stuff in the world. I've seen people have a lot more meh stuff than he did. Okay, we'll put this away. I think we're going to go check the oil rig out. Maybe we'll go loot the oil rig and see if we can get anything cool off that. Because we're going to have a couple bosses we can get from over there anyway. But I do want to at least have a couple vehicles and be towing them back to base by the end of this episode. So don't worry, we haven't forgotten about towing vehicles. I just am getting distracted by trying to see if we can get something, you know, gun-wise that's cool as well. So I'm really noticing how much harder it is to drive on sand, seemingly. Like, it seems to be a lot... Like, you can see you really have to slow it down to make a turn. Because I just accidentally drove into the water just trying to drive across the side of the beach. Because I couldn't turn fast enough. My turning radius just felt like it was... It was a gravitational pull to the water, basically, is what it felt like. Okay, everybody, welcome to hell. Here we go. Dude, it sounds creepy over here, man. Okay. Oh. Come on. I'm trying to... Oh, my God. I was trying to not alert anybody. Okay, we're throwing this anyway, and we're just gonna deal with the consequences of what happens. Whatever runs to us. Ah, damn it, I threw it too far. Hang on. Where are they? There we go. I need another noisemaker. What is going on? Okay, these guys just seem to have been broken because it looks like all the zombies have moved because I can hear them all up there. They are up there. Just these guys down the bottom for some reason did not get attracted up there. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what that's killed. Let's go have a look. I don't know what we've got standing. I have a feeling a lot of them are still stuck up the stairs. The good thing is, too, to take these guys out, what we can do is we can shoot that wall there, and that'll take out pretty much all the smaller guys. Now, I just got to check as we go up here. Are they all stuck up here or something? Or is it just... Oh, we killed most of them already. I think we got most of them already. They all seem to be a little bit busted, though. Like the noisemaker, me throwing it down into the water, or however I threw it the first time, has busted some of them. These guys seem to be working just fine. Oh. Ow. Ow. Don't hit. Don't hit. Don't hit. Don't hit. Okay, although I haven't been here since the spawning changes were made, so that may be part of it. Damn it, I tried to... Oh, God. Oh, God, okay. Okay, that was a little bit close for comfort. I didn't really like that very much. That scared me a little. It made me a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie to you. Dude, all the ambient noises, creepy as shit, dude. Okay, so, what is the code for the door? 1341. 1341. 1341. Just trying to memorize it in my head. You wonder why I'm repeating it to myself over and over and sounding like a lunatic? I think that would be crazy. So I read a really interesting statistic that I did not know about. So apparently, according to this statistic that I read, I think it was 70% of YouTube channels don't make it to like 20,000 subscribers or something, or 10,000 subscribers ever before they give up, and some of them don't ever make it to 1,000. It was like 90% don't make it to 1,000 subscribers overall in the entirety of the world. So if you want to know, as well as it's been pointed out to me a few times, there is a crate back up here hiding between all these containers that you can partake in looting. And I can break my legs, which is really good. I have splints on me. It's fine. It's no problem. Oh, God, that could be a problem if I accidentally fall off that, though. Some more oil rig boots. I'm just going to also take our friend out, because we don't really want him to be messing with us over there. I'd rather take him out from here and make sure he's gone and out of the picture. Come on, buddy. You don't need to be here anymore. Your time is done. You served your purpose. You really did. You did such a great job, friend. You did such a great job. You should be so proud of yourself. Okay, 1341, by the way. I haven't forgotten the code. I'll probably forget it by the time I go to open the door, though. That's the question. Will I remember? Scar H Mag. Annoying trying to find them for so long. I would love to find the P90, of course. That would be awesome. Or the rocket launcher. I will take either, really. So there is still a boss boy. Okay, hang on. I need to... See, this is the problem. You really need to get them from that other side, because otherwise you really can't get a good shot at them. I don't think you can anyway. I think it's way easier to get a shot at him from over here. Where is he, though? Oh, he's behind the... That's why I didn't see him. He's stuck behind the pillar. There we go. No, don't go on the stairs. So, depending on where you stand, he'll run down those stairs that are in front of me. And you don't want to shoot him while he's on the stairs, because his body probably will fall, very likely, down to the ground. And then you'll have to go get him from under the water, and that's just a pain in the ass. Nobody wants to have to do that. You know, so just try and not do that to yourself if you can. I suppose I should check these guys and see what they did have, if anything good. So a few of them did cluster here. The noisemakers didn't seem to work the way they usually would. And the guys on the bottom floor just seemed to get completely bugged out and didn't even know how to react to what I was doing. They just had no idea. 1, 3, 4, 1. Alright, biatches. See, these guys too. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, see, the noise, it's like the noisemakers made them confused. Interesting. I wonder why that has happened. Okay, let's see, some first aid for ourselves. That is fantastic. I guess we can take that. Come on, just that little bit more. There you go. That's a good one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And even crazy thought, consider becoming a channel member for early access to video, priority reply to comments, all that kind of stuff. Alright, let's see. We'll add that to that. Do this. Don't need another Alice backpack. I've already got one. Take the water and consume the water. Have we missed? I don't want to miss things. People get really upset when I miss lootable containers, which is understandable because I would probably be also upset. But still. And nothing there. Where are these guys at? They sound like they're outside. I need to make sure I actually have this out and not put away. I keep accidentally putting it away instead of pulling it out like I think I am. Another gun locker. No, I don't need another Colonel's Revenge ACOG if I'm being 1000% honest. I don't want to take it. I got that splint back that we used. I don't need the armor repair. I've got a couple on me already. And a chubby chub foregrip. Chubby Chubbison foregrip. They sound like they're underneath me. Maybe they're above me. Are these guys up here? What? Where are these zombies at, bro? I am very confused where the hell they are. I'll find them, don't worry. I'll find them in a moment. But first, we've got some boss zombies to check before they go and despawn on us. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. Ow! Rude. Don't do that. That was rude. Why would you do that? Fancy drop. Okay. What is on the scientist? He has some grenade launcher rounds, and that's really about it. And on the bodyguard, he doesn't have that much else great either. Son of a bitch. Are they down there? Oh. Some I must have missed down there. That's why I didn't get them all. See what I mean? But they never ran to the front. They never ran and was like, oh, you know, you're here. They just kind of got bugged there and stayed there. It's a bit strange. Oh shit. Oh shit, I didn't think about how many would come. Ow, 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 ow. Don't even. Okay, hang on. I just want to see what happens. Is this gonna work? Yeah, let's do that. The fog is so thick, by the way. Not, you know, the greatest of weather for this. Okay. Yeah, kind of. Okay, and then let's also just get rid of these guys up there. While we're here. He's being blocked by the dog now. He's going to run and get rinsed. She's going to run and get rinsed, should I say. With her goddamn rabbit headphones. Got her shit packed in. We are not getting very lucky. No luckiness about this. One man's trash is another man's gold. Scavenger skill until level up. Dude, my only reason I've got level 7 in fishing skill is literally from getting books. I have not done a single bit of fishing in this entire series. I don't even know whether I've fished except for maybe when the fishing rods were first added to show it off. I don't think I've fished since. Now, a great idea as well, like early game as well, is if you can get a fishing rod, you can just catch some fish and sell them. That is a good way to earn some money, of course. That's a brilliant way to earn some money. We're going to just do that. Keep them all compacted in one another. It's a good way to keep outfits together as well. If you want to keep them in storage, you can just bundle them all inside of each other, more or less. Depending on how many parts of the outfit, but you can always stack in and stack in and stack in. We are not getting any... Holy shit, that looked ridiculous. That looked insane. We did a forward roll on the ladder, like while attached to the ladder. I've never... I don't even know how I managed to pull that off, but I did. It looked ridiculous, but it happened. It was a thing that happened. Well, we're making up for the grenade launcher rounds we've been using. We're slowly getting some back at least. Not that they're super hard to craft by any stretch of the imagination. I will mention that, by the way. Like, they're not really that complicated to craft. I'm just going to do this. That'll give me some rad recovery as well. Okay, what do we got in this one? Nothing. What about in the medical shelf? Nothing I really want. All right. Let's hope for good fortune in here. Fingers crossed. That's not the fortune I was thinking of. Isn't that not a worse scar than what we have? In a lot of the ways? I don't know. I'm going to keep it just because I'm curious and we haven't found that many to really have a comparison to. Holy crap, this master lock is literally... right there. It's right there. There's a real lock tease that was. Big old lock tease. Don't you hate when you lock teases you? I hate getting lock teased. Right, let's have a look at this. 23. So I don't know how much better the stats are compared to the one we have at home. We'll take it, obviously, just in case. Because I don't know whether it's better than the ones we have at home. Yeah, sometimes, you know what I kind of think I should do? I should just carry around a disassembly bench at all times and just scrap everything that I don't need and turn it into the raw materials as I go along. If I really wanted to, that is something you could do, I think. Just keep it on your person and just drop it down. Now, of course, if you don't have POI building enabled, then you wouldn't be able to do that. Which, you know, it depends how cheesy you want to make the game. I would say in some ways that makes it less cheesy because then you can't go putting tables down. But then you're probably going to rely on hitting the enemies through the wall. That's the reality is, while there's things to be cheesed, they will be cheesed. That is just the reality of the sitch. Now, let's see what we got here. Building light. Can I grab the glue? Thank you. I don't really want the toolbox. I've got a few of those already at the base. That's something I'm super interested in, to be honest. Well, I guess it might be... Oh, no. It might be more or less a bust on this location for finding anything new. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Unfortunately. But I do want to go around. I still want to try and get some cars together and tow them. And there is also actually the building below us that we haven't looted. So you never know. Alright, let's see what we got here. Try and get to these guys first and use their bodies to block damage. Okay. Yeah, right in the back of the head. We've also actually got this crashed area below us to look after as well. To go and check out. You never know what we'll get out of there. Nothing there. What's the crowbar like I have? 23, 24. 24, 26. Okay, what do we got in here? Okay, so yeah, you can't see that through the wall anymore. That's nice. I do remember that was last patch, but still. What do we got in here? Some charcoal and gunpowder, I mean. I say charcoal, my brain's just mush. Why was that so easy? Nothing in there at all. That's why it was so easy. Someone didn't really take the time to lock it properly. They were like, meh. Alright, let's see. Sunken thingamabobber down here. Just get up here for a sec. So where have we got this? Right below us somewhere here. There it is. Military crate. Da-da-da, ba-dee, ba-doo. Yeah, pretty good. I think that's all there is to it. Is it just the one crate that's there? I guess? Seems to be just the one crate. I don't think there's anything in this building. I just wanted to see. Doesn't look like it though. Alright, well we're going to head back over to the car now, I guess. I think one of the smoke trails that I can see in the distance over there is my car. I think it's that one there. This one right there. Yep, that's my car. So you can use the night vision and you can actually see easier use the night vision through the fog. That is a trick you can use. Now obviously I don't think it's very good for videos to have the fog setting like that. You see that boat under there? Yeah, to have the fog setting like that, but it definitely does make it so you can see under the water like this and straight through the fog. It really does make it a hell of a lot easier, so that's just a tip. Alright, we got cars to go try and collect. Let's see what we can find. Did I actually search the stuff at this base at all? Did I loot this? I did. Couldn't remember if I actually looted the bandit base or whether I just checked their corpses. But I guess I did loot it. Okay, we can drive through here. So probably our best bet is to try and, you know, I guess we could maybe go along this outside road. Down towards the classified area potentially and see what we can find. Make our way out here and drive around a little bit, see what vehicles we can find along the way. Alright, we've got one here. This is perfect. Get our first vehicle all set up. Yep, that'll do. Tow that. Oops. You gotta kind of not be looking... You don't want to be looking where the refueling part is, because then it won't work. Alright, that's one Carter. How big a train can we get going by the time we finish the episode? That's the question. I kind of just want to drive along and see what we find along the way. And obviously probably using a car at the front that's more powerful is probably better to make it easier and faster to tow, but for now I guess this does work. It is working, but it's not fast by any stretch of the imagination. Like we're making our way very slowly across the map as we go along here. It's not exactly the most ideal in the world, but we'll get there eventually. We will get there eventually. And we're going to have... I'm just trying to keep an eye out. I don't want to miss anything I really want. So I do know there's a couple cars that I would like to get, but I know I've left one of them up in here. And that was like the pickup, one of the pickup style trucks. Man, this is very slow going, huh? Once you start towing, you really lose a lot of the speed. And I think for every car you add, you lose more speed, maybe? What is going on up here? Alright. I just heard shooting, so I was curious what it was. Can you drive the flatbed? That would be sick. I don't think you can, though. I'm just going to ignore these guys from Memento. No, you can't. Oh, whoopsie daisies. I messed up. It's fine. We don't need to worry about that. We're good. Maybe if I can just hit him with the back car, maybe then I don't damage my car. I don't know whether that's how it works. Oh, we've got coyotes. Right, let's try and get them, as many of them marked as possible, because a lot of the time they spawn in a cluster, which means you can ping a bunch of them at once. Alright, so we got the lieutenant at the front. I'm just gonna probably snipe him this time. Okay, there's definitely going to be more. There they are, I see them. The other three are on the other side. There's usually 8 of them, and I think the last one is behind that black car back there. Well, he's actually getting distracted because he's got zombies popping up in front of him. Why'd so many zombies spawn all of a sudden? I'm not exactly sure why they even spawned in particularly, but they did. Hear the hollowness? Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Okay. Lieutenant, you had fuck all. Thank you for your service, sir. I appreciate it, but you were dull. Very dull, sir. That sucks, sir. Let's put that away, sir. He actually almost had better loot than the lieutenant did. Alrighty, I've messed up. Oh, no, they still, for some reason, really want to eat the AI's ass, even though he's not alive. What did he have? Did he have many goodies? That filter's not very good. Well, that mask's not very good compared to the one we found earlier. Benelli... Nope. I'll drink that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate a nice bit of hydration in the afternoon. Slash, I think in game it's actually the morning, not the afternoon, but... whatever. Yeah, okay. So really, more or less, just a bunch of 5.56 ammo is really what I got out of this. Okay, well, they're all being killed. We don't have to worry about them. We can continue on our scouting mission for cars now. Let's see if we can find another car to pick up to join our train and conga line. So I know a lot of people do struggle to find cars in Surrounded. That is something I've read plenty of people have issues with, is finding cars, to be honest. Like, seems to be a pretty common problem. Alright, well that's the airport. There's nothing there for us. Is there any mines along this road? You just gotta be careful. You never know. You never know. Alright. So far, no luck. Okay, we're going to answer a question. We're going to see how this goes if we're going to run up and go through the water. Alright, we hit 100 kilometers an hour. We're good. Okay, so if we can get some momentum up, it looks like we can keep some of it, but once we hit a hill, we really lose it all. And we slow back down to like your 50 kilometers an hour mark, 45 kilometers an hour. I'm just really trying to stay on some roads to see if we can find some more vehicles to add to this road train, but I'm not having a lot of luck in finding really any vehicles as we're driving along here, unfortunately. Not ones that are drivable anyway. I'm seeing a lot of scrap ones and stuff like that. But I'm not really seeing any drivable vehicles is the problem. We have finally come across another car. It has taken me a while, but we got there in the end. Alrighty, let's just back this up. Yep, that'll do it, I think. We can always try and move this forward just that little bit, just to get it to line up a little bit better. And then we go to tow vehicle, and then that will attach that one to this one, and that one is already attached to this one, so now we've got a nice triple train going. Did I have any other vehicles marked on my map? I did. I have marked a couple of them, but they're way up and out of the way. One of them. One of them we're talking like is up here. Hello, bear. I do need to go around and actually get some animals killed because I haven't actually got the kill 500 animals achievement. Ah! 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 Yeah! 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 Where are you? Did you really have to wreck the car? You fucking asshole. Did you really have to? You're a massive cockmunch, you are. God damn it. Now I gotta repair the fucking car again. I just spend more time repairing the vehicles than I do doing anything else, I think. I wonder if we use this one to pull instead. You know what I mean? Pull the line. So we do that. Then we go on this one. Will this be able to move them faster because of the style that it is? Oh, I probably got to line this up better because I can't move that other car now. I think keeping them as straight as possible is your best bet because then you can keep it nice and neat and in a good line. So I should be able to tow that even though it's busted and on fire, which is very good, which means we can continue on our merry way. So there's food airdrops. We don't need them at all. I don't think it would be wise for us to go and get any food airdrops. Okay, I'm going to repair this. I did find another vehicle though. It's just the buggy that we saw earlier. So I've just got to get this all backed up as nicely as I can. This is going to be really fun to do. Dude. I don't know what happens if I just go straight back. I'm just curious. Da-da-dee, la-da-da, swing it around like a snake. Whoa! Okay, straight back. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, this is... Whoa! Insane. This is insane. This is awesome and amazing. And there's zombies in my way. Oh, my God. Are you... Ah! 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 Get out of here. Okay, can I just drive this forward into this? Thank you. Tow that vehicle. Alrighty, so it doesn't look like the utility truck makes it go any faster. It looks like maybe 40, 41 kilometers is the cap on flat ground. It seems to be the case. Let's watch out for those bandits that are over there hanging out. I don't really want to, you know, get my car shot up by them again. Who's shooting over here? I don't even know. Whoa! Oh my God, it's bandits shooting all the zombies. Alright, we're gonna just go out wide and avoid that. So I feel like if you can barely avoid hitting the zombies with the front cars, you could just use these to just go around and massacre zombies and not risk damaging your own car that much. Like if you can thread the needle a little bit, like this, thread through here, and then you get them to get hit by the other car at the back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Man, we have done like a full circle around the map, huh? We've gone all the way back. Well, I guess for now, guys and girls, that is going to be the end of this episode. If you liked it, remember to leave a like. If you want to see more Surroundead in the future, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media links down in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you'll have a lovely day. All right, peace!